my thing on the Lions is, like, if the Lions weren't in the NFC North some years and, like, going into this year, like, on paper, like, if you put the Lions in, like, the NFC East, right? Like, the
we're
Lions,
taking that division.
you very well almost could, like, with the exception of, like, seeing how Dallas is going to be without Garrett, kind of, like, there to hold everything back. Because, like, I blame Jason Garrett fully for a lot of Dallas Cowboys shortcomings in the past 5 years.
He should be the front runner for all of that blame. When you have all of that talent, yet you go 8-8, that's a sin, you know?
Yeah. And then the Eagles, the Eagles, as soon as Carson Wentz goes down, unless it's Nick Foles replacing him, they don't seem to really be much of a team. Back. Yeah. So, so with that being said, it's like, last year, say if Matthew Stafford hadn't gone down with an injury and the Lions were in the NFC East, I think the Lions could have easily been could have potentially been the division winner in that division that year. And that's my thing with the Lions. I think the Lions are a really good team outside of the NFC North. They play pretty well. But also the Lions are really good at beating the Vikings and the Packers when it comes down to not even necessarily having to, like, aside from the want to beat them, they don't need to beat them per se. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, they're just kind of good. Like, I can always remember, was it 2018, that primetime game where the Green Bay traveled to Detroit, and there was just that, like, embarrassing game that they had against the Lions.
I think I know what you're talking
2018.
Yeah, I think it was. It was like It was 2018 or 2017. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Where
I know
Aaron Rodgers was injured or something like that.
It was something happened. Or he may have even been playing, but I know Patricia was the coach, and it was like I remember looking at the score, being like, "There's no way that's happening right now."
Oh, but... yeah. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was like week 17. Like it was like 31 to like nothing. The final score.
Yeah, I've got to look that up. Because it's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, we swept the Packers that year.
So 10-17, 2018, you beat the Packers 31-23, and then 12-30, 2018, you beat the Packers 31-0. Yeah. So that's the exact season I was thinking about. It's just that like what the heck happened, But Detroit has always been a good team at doing that. Aside from Chicago the past 2 years, but Chicago has also swept the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years, or at least 3 games. I can't remember the exact thing, but Bears fans always like to bring it up to Packers or Vikings fans. So, so you can't always just go off what all the fans are saying. But so basically what I'm trying to say is Detroit does have a solid football team. Detroit is just in a really tough division, and also in a division where all those teams have Detroit's number. They know what Detroit is. They know how Detroit's going to beat them. It just all depends on like the momentum and who really has the bigger edge in that game. And
I definitely agree with you on that. Like, I'm not some delusional fan. Like, I understand.
You're as a Lions fan. Like, I don't want to speak on all Lions fans, but Lions, like, when you have a team that you support that's like the Lions or the Bills or the Browns, like you understand that, like, your team isn't going to be like, your team is known to be kind of the laughing stock of the league.
Yeah.
But when you sit there and look at a roster and go, yeah, but I actually don't have a bad team. That's a really frustrating thing to feel.
It feels like it's in limbo, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you just never know. You're like, why can't my team perform well when they need to? And that stems to a lot of things, which we're going to get into